Hey, you guys. All right. Entertainment purposes only. Can you see that? Here we go. Entertainment purposes only. You'll see my mug tonight at 8:30 p.m. Eastern. Okay. Yes. Thursday Night Alive tonight and every Thursday, 8:30 p.m. Eastern. Political and spiritual questions only. And again, we will be putting a positive spin as much as we can to start moving that negative bad juju out and bringing the light in. Bringing that lighter, softer light in. And I'm not going to promise you that it's going to be fun, because the crap is going to hit the fan. So I got myself a bag of actual popcorn. And I will be making a lot of popcorn. Now, the last video I did, there was a guy singing walking down the street. Now, apparently he's come back the other way, and he's still singing. It's a... Hey, whatever makes people happy right now. All right. Tomorrow night is our first Friday of the month, which is when we hold the members-only lives at 8:30 p.m. Eastern. That is personal and spiritual questions. And again, we will make sure that we redirect any negative, awful, bad, heavy, dark, dense, nasty energy to the good shit. Excuse me, I almost cussed. To the good stuff. Oops. All right, so we're going to use the stained glass tarot. For this reading, we're going to talk about the Space Cadet. And we're going to ask about the augmentation that includes Rufus in the impeachment process, into the impeachment articles. All right. Which one first? Let's talk about the impeachment augmentation first. Let's see, is this going to be the thing that tips the scale in favor of conviction? I'm thinking Queen of Cups. This is an angel. I'm being told that the galactic powers that be, or galactic members of the Galactic Council and such, and our angels, our guides, that they are stepping in when we make the choice to ignore the awful things and focus on the better things, and also to focus on some facts of the, I think it's 81, could be 82 now, 81 of Humpty's cases. He lost them out of 88. 88 is a spiritual number. It is the number of abundance, being on the right track to abundance. Okay? This is what happens. We are assisted when our minds are in the right place. And I don't mean don't notice what's going on. Don't have your feelings about what's going on. Do those things. And then redirect our focus to what's really going on behind the scenes. So we said it 100 times. We are not that important that we're going to be told what is going on behind the scenes. On a human level. On a spiritual level, we are. And what I mean by that is as individuals, as Americans, thank you, Spirit Team. Sorry, I struggled there for a sec for the word. As Americans, if we knew a quarter of what really goes on in the government behind the scenes, our heads would explode. All right, Wheel of Fortune. We would feel extremely betrayed. Wheel of Fortune. So we're talking, yes, thank you. We are talking about the augmentation to the impeachment articles to include the VP. The fake, alleged VP right now. Wheel of Fortune. End of one cycle, beginning of another. All right. Letting go of attachments. It's what Spirit Team was just talking about. This is us letting go of attachments. If we take care of our business in this area, everything else will fall in line. We are more powerful than we think we are. Two of Wands, making a decision. Still talking about the impeachment augmentation. A decision being made on which action to take. Knight of Wands, bringing in information. Will this augmentation be what tips the scale in favor of conviction? Ten of Wands. Tens are about endings. It's a lot of information. It's about becoming unburdened. And for this conversation, unburdened from information that has been previously hidden. We have the Five of Wands, fighting and arguing, which, well, of course, there's going to be a whole lot of that. Because you're going to have your hardcore M of the A of the G of the A's who are still delusional and think they're going to come out of this rich or powerful. Because apparently having the power of sitting in a seat, working for the government, that wasn't enough for them. They needed more. All right, one or two more. And then we'll talk about the Space Cadet. Okay, so death. Okay, so death, this is reversed, and I don't generally do reverse, but we'll do it because the energy calls for it. So death, obviously, that's death, rebirth, and transformation. Now, so reversed, it would be, let me word this properly. Thank you, Spirit Team. This is, if it was upright, it would be this impeachment dying, fading out. Reversed, just the opposite. Those who are against this impeachment process are going to get so much backlash from those who are for it. Because the majority of people are sick of this crap. It's not getting better. It's not getting different in any other way than that it's worse. Okay, Three of Swords. Heartbreak, betrayal. That's what this impeachment is about. Betrayal. All right, and then we have the Emperor. Well, oh, gee, I wonder who that is. I know, other readers, and for me too for other decks, but this is not about the Red Country here. There is a flavor of that, but it's not. It's not going to be a big piece. It's not even, it's barely going to be mentioned because it won't be pertinent to the proceedings. Okay, there's other proceedings that can happen, but I don't think that Humpty's going to be around long enough to see other proceedings physically. Okay, allegedly. All right. So the Emperor, that is him. Death reverse. 3 of Swords. The Emperor. 3 of Swords. Betrayal by the Emperor. Oh my God, the street is so noisy today. It's driving me nuts. It's time for me to move out of here. And that'll happen when it's supposed to, but the sooner the better. Move to a different neighborhood. Okay, the Hermit. Well, that is reflection. It's also taking it one step at a time with that lantern. Reflection and a rocky, long, hard climb. This isn't going to be over quickly, this process. Okay? All right. I just spent a bunch of minutes reading on the impeachment. So let's shuffle the deck again. Okay, what was the answer? Okay, yeah, the answer. The answer would have been, to the question would have been good. I asked if this augmentation was going to tip the scales in favor of a decision of conviction. And so the answer is yes. And that is also what Mr. Taladar is doing, by the way. I know, he kind of disappeared. He's working on it. This stuff takes time. All right, let's talk about the Space Cadet. Oh, he's gone from the government. Okay. He still has some influence over it. He's out of the White House. So, let's, allegedly. So let's, okay, we all know, well, maybe all of us don't, but to me it was very obvious the reason why he started bashing the big BS bill. Because it has to do with his own financial position. Period, point blank. Because this bill would remove any credit, monetary credit, that a person buying an electric vehicle would get. Therefore, his sales, which are already tanking, are going to tank further. I don't think he's saving that company, okay? Not with him running it. I feel like he's going to be forced out of there. And yes, but you know, people go, oh, the bromance is over, and that's true. I'm absolutely going to agree with that. But also, we need to remember, if we look back on it, they started bickering between themselves back in February. Maybe before that, but I remember it as it was around the beginning of February. They started talking trash to each other and disagreeing. And then last month, in May, Space Cadet was talking all kinds of trash about Humpty. So that, I call the Space Cadet Humpty's other wife. Okay, so they were experiencing a separation, and now I think that they have experienced the divorce. Okay. All right. Yeah, the moon. More things coming out. More things coming out to him. Things that were hidden coming out. With his we'll call this alleged drug use with his K brain. Okay. That drug is meant to be used under a physician's supervision, not recreationally. And if I was a billionaire, the last thing I would be doing is wasting my time and my resources using drugs and alcohol. I experience life to the best of my ability now. But the things I would do, oh my goodness, I can't even tell you. Temperance. So, okay, I'm not going to say that the Space Cadet can be saved, because he can't. He's not going to all of a sudden turn into this wonderful human being, this guy who builds libraries and feeds an entire country, an entire country whose starvation rate is astronomical. Heavens forfend if he did that. But there is going to be a part of him, this temperance, that finds a little tiny bit of balance, but not in a way that's going to make him behave any differently. Okay, let's be honest about that. He's not going to behave differently. He's still going to do the same dumb stuff he does now. Wasting his time. Wasting his life. Queen of Wands. Queen of Wands steps forward and takes action. Okay, Spirit Team is telling me that is all of these women that he has produced children with, whether it was physical reproduction or it was artificial reproduction. He's got a lot of baby mamas, and they're all mad at him. I want to know where's theirs. Where's their child's? Where's their child's wealth? I feel like he's stingy. I really do. Can't answer a call when his kid's in the emergency room. The one he claims to care the most about, which is just that he would think like that is tragic to begin with. Using a child for a crutch. Something to lean on. Lean on your damn self. Okay, the Fool. New beginnings. And I'm not going to say a leap of faith. New beginnings. I don't think he's going to last in much of anything anymore. And Spirit Team is still telling me that he will have assets frozen. And he will also have contracts for his services removed. Because there are legal loopholes that these companies and countries can get through to say, okay, well, you did this, this, and this, so we are ending the contract. All right. And finally, you can't make this stuff up, you guys. 5 of Pentacles left out in the cold. Yeah, baby. All right, that was good. All right. Affirmation for badasses. I know, we did one the last video. We'll do another. I am an effing masterpiece. And you are. Okay, my lovelies, my pretties. I'll see you later, 8:30 p.m. Much love, many blessings. See you in the funny papers.